Endatabas is a SQL document database with full history. This demo will explain what that means. Let's pull the latest release and start an empty database. endb speaks HTTP. Hello world! Since endb schemas are per document, there's no meaning to create table, and you start right away by inserting a row with SQL you already know. As a side note, this allows you to jam semi-structured data, like a random JSON document, straight into endb. Here's the data we just inserted, returned as JSON LD. Here's a more interesting statement. We'll use a JSON content type, insert a jagged document with different columns than before, with a JSON LD typed parameter. We'll get our sales back out as vanilla JSON. The HTTP API supports other ways to express a query, but they're all equivalent. Let's take a look at a code example. We have a few little scripts here in JavaScript and Python. Each one is under 100 lines. These examples are tiny wrapper libraries around standard HTTP libs. Here's an insert sent from Python. We'll provide native client libraries for popular languages in the future, but for now, anyone can write a client library like this with just a few dozen lines of code. Let's drop out of Python and take a closer look at endb SQL. We'll use this tiny little toy console for the remaining examples so we can focus on the SQL dialect. First up, let's have a look at some example literals. The text data type permits double quotes. Timestamps can be represented in either SQL or ISO formats. endb also has ISO literals for dates, times, intervals, as well as all the SQL literals you'd expect. All joins in endb are ad hoc, and here's a simple aggregate. Time for full history. When we say full history, we really mean, to programmers at least, that data in endb is immutable. We'll grab the current time before we update so we can time travel back here later. All queries default to running as of now, which is the normal behavior you'd expect in any other database. By default, we see the new $4.99 price. However, we can travel back to a time between our insert and update to see the old $5.99 value. It's possible to seek across all of system time. Here are all the past states for mustard. Deletes work the same way as update. They don't alter the past, but of course any modern database needs to comply with laws like GDPR, so endb supports erase. Mustard is gone. On to documents. Document-shaped rows support strongly typed native nested data. We'll add a couple stores, select from a nested column, and try recursion. endb's documents also support row literals, wildcards, spreads, shorthand fields, computed fields, and path functions. While many people will prefer endb's path functions for manipulating nested data, the update statement also allows path expressions. Last, let's have a look at endb's schema. Even without forcing strict schemas on tables, it is possible to inspect the information schema through regular queries. Neat, right? If you'd like to try endb yourself, this demo is available at endatabas.com 2023 demo. Thanks for listening.